Welcome, Ragnarok Online enthusiasts. My name's Amber, and I play on the official international Ragnarok Online server, Chaos. This is the beginning of our journey of creating a brand new account, a brand new character, and not giving anything to the cash shop. Not a single cent, nothing. Because if they're not going to give us new content that doesn't revolve around the cash shop, then why should we give them our money? We shouldn't. So this is my journey, our journey, a learning experience to how to get started in Ragnarok Online with nothing, starting fresh, and not using anything from the cash shop. I had my main account since like 2003, 2004. So I've never not had things. I've always had things. I've always had money. It's been 20 years since I've had to do this and start from absolutely nothing. And there's so many little freebies you can get at the beginning of the game to kind of get you started. If you want, I'll link it in the description, but I do have a video detailing going through Islud, doing all the newbie quests and everything. So there's two things you need to do right away. You're going to join the Eden group, and then you're going to join the academy I'm in right now, the Kriatura. I don't know if I'm ever saying that right, but basically, I joined the Kriatura Academy, got Navi potions, and then I'm going right to the Eden group to join the Eden group. Maybe you're a new player. Maybe you haven't played since the beginning of this game in the mid 2000s. So just to give you some information, basically the Eden group is this player organization. They're designed to help adventurers level up, get gear through quests. They have tons of missions that reward player with experience points, ZENY, and equipment. Very important, the equipment. So there's also some features for VIP members like teleportation, buffs, but we won't be using them and we don't need them. There is a dungeon teleporter that anyone can use, super important. That will be very important later. So that's the Eden group. So the Kriatura Academy introduced introductory quests designed to help the character learn basic game mechanics. You're guided through tutorials, for example, how to buy and sell from a vendor, how to do combat, how to use your skills. There's a little bit with taming a pet, because pets kind of give you, I think, some bonus stats. I don't think they ever used to, but they do now. So pets are great. They give you some newbie gear, a very, very basic set of newbie gear. And it really just kind of gets you started. You get so many free items and free levels that you should be doing this on your first character. I don't know that you really need to do it on every character, but your first one, you should be doing all this. So join the Eden group, join the Kriatura Academy, do all of those introductory Islud quests. There will be NPCs with little quest bubbles above their heads. You can see me going into my quest menu here. Get all that done. All of it. I think before you even finish, you will be job level 10, and then you can go to Kriatura Academy to job change to your first job class, and then continue the quests. That way, that experience you're getting to your job levels are actually going into your first job class, job levels. So that's kind of the first part. So while you're doing all of this, any monster you kill, you need to be looting. Honestly, that's kind of that's the short of it for your first 1 to 99 levels is you're just going to be looting. That is your main source of income. I mean, it's gonna be your only source of income. Let's be honest. Kill these bugs anytime you see them. They drop shadow equipment, which is like invisible equipment that gives you bonus. I almost died. That gives you bonus stats. Yeah, that's it. So let's skip ahead a little bit to changing to our first job class. Okay, so here we are. This is in Creature Academy. You can talk to the main lady. She'll give you directions on which trainer you want to go for whatever job you want to be. I ran into an issue here. There should be a way to change jobs right here, but for some reason, my man was like, no. He was like, yeah, okay, yeah, let's do it. And then he didn't change me into a merchant. You can see right here. It's like, can I help? Yes. You can change the stat. Maybe I was having a moment. I couldn't figure it out. So eventually, I went to the guild and then I was able to change to merchant. Back in the day, there was like a whole quest to do for each first job. But now you just talk to the person, they change you, bada bing, bada boom. That's it. All right, here we are. Merchant Guild, base level 9, job level 10. I'm just going to talk to this person and they're going to be like, there you go. You're a merchant. So at this point, you should still have quests to do for like the beginning Izlude quest. So just head back to Izlude, finish those up. And I'm level 9 already. Basically, you just want to finish those quests, go kill some things, and get to level 12. Because that's when you can do the first set of equipment quests for the Eden group. And you're going to get equipment that is going to help you out so much. So much. So let's jump to the equipment quest. Okay, here we are. This is the map you want to be on for the Eden group level 12 equipment quest. You're going to go to the middle here, right above the little lake. And there is a desert wolf that you can talk to. And he will give you 3 different quests to kill monsters on this map. You do it, I think it's condors, baby desert wolves, and then the scorpions. Before that, in the Eden group, make sure you talk to Boya. She's the bright orange-haired lady at the front desk. It's hard to miss. And then you ask her for equipment. She gives you the quest. You come here, you do the killing, then you go back, and you get your equipment. So let's go to Eden group. I'll show you exactly where to go to pick up the equipment because sometimes it's a little overwhelming because of how many people are in Eden group. Okay, I just spoke to Boya, handed in the quest, so you saw the door I went through, and then you go to the right here, and you're gonna talk to, not the blacksmith guy, I don't know why I tried, this guy, Michael up north here. Yes, you have space, he gives you the equipment, there you go. It makes such a huge difference, such a huge difference. I also want to say, I think starting out as merchant is a solid choice because of the skills they have. Okay, no, there's so many skills they have that I think are so good to start off with. So they have overcharge and undercharge. Overcharge makes it so you can sell items to NPCs and you get more money for them. So any other class, there's a default amount, but for merchants, as you level up overcharge, you'll get more and more money. It just increases the amount of ZENY you make. And then undercharge, is that what it's called? No, discount. Discount allows you to buy items from NPCs for a discounted price, which is super useful. If you're gonna have to buy things, might as well get them for cheap. Vending. Obviously, you can set up a store and sell things super useful. Yeah, it's literally a must. Even if you don't start off with merchant and have that as your main job, you should have a merchant leveled to some extent for the vending option. And another thing that I'll show you how to do later is the quest skill, Cart Revolution, which is like an AoE skill that I believe does more damage if you have more things in your cart. You did the level 12 Eden Group equipment quest. Remember, this whole time you're killing monsters and you're picking up everything they drop, right? So here you can see me, you can see how the things are discounted from that skill. I'm just buying like the bare necessities. Where I am going is a map east of Payon to kill spores. So this is your first money-making endeavor, and I'm going to show you exactly how to make some money off of these spores. We're killing spores, and we're looking for strawberries. I don't exactly know why people want strawberries. They heal SP, but I never cared enough to figure out why people want strawberries other than they just do. So there are people in Payon City that have buy shops opened. You can, if you're a merchant, I believe, because I did it in this run, you can go to the Merchant Guild in Alberta and talk to an NPC who gives you a special item that allows you to open a buy shop. So you can have one of the item you want to buy, put it in there, and it opens up a buy shop, and then other people can come to you and sell you their items. So it's just a good way for you yourself to offload items. And you're making way more money doing that with strawberries and anything than selling them to NPCs, even with overcharge. So you'll see in this whole run, I just save everything I get. And the first thing I check is if anyone has buy shops for any of the items in Prontera. Red herbs, anything from Orc Dungeon, really random stuff. People are lazy and they don't want to go hunt themselves, so they just open buy shops to buy the stuff, and it's a good deal for you. So you can see at this point I'm level 18 for base and job. So this is great. You're leveling up while also picking up strawberries, and other loot is good for everyone. So you're going to stay in spores until level 26. At level 26, you're ready for the next Eden Group equipment quest. So first, let me show you how exactly to sell the strawberries to a buy shop. Here we are. So you go to the market board, which is next to the Cafra, opens up the search. There's an option for sale and buy. You click buy, you type in the item, hit search, it'll show you the buy shops. I just sold like 55 strawberries to somebody for like 2k a piece, so that was a good deal. I didn't go too crazy at first because I wanted to just save up a lot of the things that I had, so I just sold the strawberries just for a little bit of money, just to buy the necessities. But that it's such a good little boost in the beginning, and there's always people buying strawberries, and obviously these red herbs. Look, I had so many red herbs too. And I think here sometimes the money will go to your RODEX mail system. People who offline vend, if you buy from an offline vending shop, it'll send your money or items to your mail, so you have to get it that way. But yeah, 136k. That's not that bad. We're only level 26. And that 136k is just gonna be buying us a couple of potions, some support items, you know. And we still have a ton of items from the newbie quest, obviously. So let's see. I think next is the Eden Group quest. So let's go and do that. All right, remember how I told you about the dungeon teleporter? Where we're using him right now. So there's Boya, bright orange hair, in the front and center. She's going to give us the next equipment quest, which is going to take us to Payon Village. You're going to talk to the brown-haired man, and you have to have a party made. You don't need party members, you just need to have a party made. And then you talk to him, select Payon Cave, and then say, okay, yes, oh, I just made a party. And then he will warp you to Payon Cave, but you want to exit right away because you need to go outside Payon Cave to talk to the Eden Group NPC, and then they'll start the quest, and I'll show you that right now. So here, Payon Cave, walk outside, and right there, okay. Oh, I guess I wanted to sell things first, but the Eden Group NPC is right outside the cave, so you can talk to them. I think there's 2 or 3 different monsters you're killing. I want to say it's like skeletons, zombies, poporings. So you do that, you level up in the process, and that's it. So even at level 26, Payon Cave is gonna be a little tough. So I actually really took my time with this. You're going to have to rest. You're gonna have to use potions to recover your HP. The blessing and agility scrolls you got from the Islu quest are gonna come in handy right now. And take your time. Loot everything. See those red plants? You're gonna want to kill those too. Be careful of the bats. Too many bats and you're going to be dead. So I actually spent some time leveling here, and then I went back to hand in the quest, and then after that, once I had even better gear, I came back to Payon to level. So let's go hand in the Eden Group equipment quest. So I talked to Boya, handed in the quest. Here I am back at Michael, and he's gonna give us even more gear. I think some of it's new. Ah, yes, a weapon. He's giving us, I think, upgraded gear of what we had. Yes, and a weapon, which is big for us. It's big. So 3 new pieces of gear. That's going to help so much. So I actually posted in my Discord group, if you want a community of people to play Ragnarok Online with, if you need help getting started, join my Discord, info in the description. I posted and I was like, hey, who's around this level and wants to level with me? And sure enough, someone, bless their soul, said, hey, I can help you out. And damn, did they carry me. So I met up with them at Payon Cave and we started there. So let's head back to Payon Cave and get started. Alright, back at Payon Cave with my party member. Their name was Lorette. Thank you. They were so patient with me. Clearly by the damage they're doing, they had some decent gear. And they just were patient with letting me loot everything. And they had some item equipped to them that gave a chance to have a monster drop this ice cream. Oh my god, let me tell you. I used all of that ice cream. It heals you, but there's a chance of it like freezing you so you can't move. but the freeze breaks when a monster hits you. But I use them in Orc Dungeon, but oh my god, I was so thankful for all these ice creams. This person let me loot everything through our whole party together. This was huge for me. I'm level 34 here. This was big. I am so happy they helped me out. They were patient, let me loot everything. So after Payon Cave, we went to several maps. So after Payon Cave, we went to the Coco map, which is from Prontera, south, west, west. So let's go to the Coco map. Okay, so we actually, shortly after that, went to Coco's. I'm level 34. There's Coco's, there's Elder Willows. Ooh, more strawberries to be had. Those are always nice. So, another place with good loot. They were one-shotting everything, and I was literally just running behind them, picking up everything, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm like not contributing anything, but they're just people willing to help out like that. It's so nice. So we stayed here a while, and then the next map we went to was the area outside Orc Dungeon. So just with the easiest orcs you can kill. So let's go there next. Looks like we went around level 38, so not too bad. Now this area was like crazy good experience. I attempted to kind of run around and mob up a couple and kite them around, and then my buddy here just AoE'd the hell out of them. And then I came in and I picked up everything. It's really tedious. It really is. Honestly, I ended up going for Alchemist, but if I could redo it, I think I would do Blacksmith, only because they get the skill Greed, which if you use the skill, it picks up everything within like a couple cell radius around you, no matter how many like little items are around. So, that would be so useful. And there's so much you can do with that, with like the Gramps turn-in area and all that, which you'll see later, probably in part 2. But for now, you know, I wanted a sexy alchemist with a homunculus, so you gotta pick up everything by hand. And that I did. So, we stayed here for a while. And I think we went in to kill orc zombies next, so let's see. Okay, we didn't do orc zombies. We went to Byalan dungeon. This is level 3 of Byalan dungeon. And my buddy here said that there was really good loot here, and those mermaid hearts and a lot of other things sold for a lot of money, which was really nice. So we kind of stayed here until the end of the party. You can see we came here, I was about level 46. And job level 43, and we stayed here up until I had to go eat dinner, and they hit job level 50. And I think at the end of this party, because we finished here, I was job level 48, which is crazy good. You can job change at level 40, job level 40, but I always suggest just go to job level 50, because your job level will always get maxed out before your base level does. So even if you job change at level 40, your job level for your second class is going to get maxed out so early, and you're still going to be working on getting to 99. If you hang around, get to job level 50, job change, your job will still get maxed out before you hit 99. So just stick with it. I know it's so enticing. Ooh, I want a job change, but just stick with it. Go to level 50. You're gonna be glad you did it. All right. So after this, I grinded for items for my quest skills. There's a couple different merchant quest skills you can only get if you do the quests for them, and they require a ton of items. So let's get started with that. Here we are at Toy Factory. I specifically needed the item Pearl. I needed 7 pearls for a specific quest skill for merchant. The quest skills are Cart Revolution, Change Cart, gives you a different cart designs as you level up, and there's one, I forget what it's called, but it gives you like bonus attack power, and it's essentially just like a really good buff to just give you more damage. So I needed all of those. And the drops here are phenomenal. That piece of cake, not only do they sell for a lot, but you can also use them to recover HP, but I think I kept them and sold them. This was so nice. One of my favorite dungeons in the game. I have so many memories here. This was a huge place to grind to job level 50. But back in the day, you would have a priest with you, and they would cast the skill like Numa, I think it's called, which puts a little green like light around you, and it makes it so that ranged hits can't hit you. And it was just so hard to level back then that like you would really die if you didn't do that. So it was very like nice to be able to just level here on my own. I got tons of loot. It's good. Please make sure you have fly wings on you. There's an MVP here. I ran into him several times. I died once or twice. Make sure you have fly wings, because you're gonna want to tally anytime you see just a big mob of things. It's stormy night, and I think he has little ice wolf, like wolf babies that follow him. At least that's what I saw. Or I think there's another MVP, Garm, big ice wolf. It was one of them. So be careful. I had to like remember where he was on the map and be conscious of not running into him. But this was such a nice like relaxing time doing this. Up until like I like am just so thoroughly enjoying this experience. It's very relaxing, very humbling. I'm so used to just having so much money. Sorry, there's like a little bug flying around. To just buy anything I want, buy good gear, crazy potions, but being conscious of picking up items, using everything to their fullest, maximizing effects on everything. It was really nice. It's a very nice experience, especially if you haven't played in a while. I think it's just so much easier to level now, and it is doable solo. It just takes a while, but it is doable solo, which obviously I've been doing quite well, and then I have people helping me out in between. So I stayed in Toy Factory. I think I hit job level 50 before I even got all of those 7 pearls. Oh my god, this little bug is driving me nuts. So I hit job level 50, and then I kept hunting for the pearls, and once I had those pearls, I was all set. And I want to go learn the merchant skills. So let's go and do that. Here I'm kind of doing a quest line in order to make juice because I needed like some kind of juice for my quest. It was a lot of running around, a lot of hunting random items, but again, it's all part of the fun. And you know, I think every job has some kind of quest skill they have to unlock, whether it's just talking to different NPCs or physically hunting items. And I think most of them are worth learning, and I believe you don't ever lose those. So after I rebirth, I will and change to merchant again, I should still have those skills. Let's see. So let's see. I believe, yeah, job level 50. I believe after I learn these quest skills, I go to job change. So we're gonna save that for part 2 because this has actually gone on. This video's gotten quite long, so that'll be the part 2. Let's go and see how much money I've accumulated at this point. So here I'm actually, I think I'm doing the quest. Yeah, and I have just shy under 200k, and I have tons of items I can still sell, but like I said, I'm saving them, especially because I try to make a homunculus once I job change, and that is expensive. So we're gonna stop here. That was a lot of yapping. It's a lot of information, but I have so much footage recorded, and I hope in time that this series gives some useful tips for people. I'm learning a lot. Hopefully you learn a lot. It's gonna be slow starting out. This is a very like, you get ZENY from selling items. It's gonna be that for a while because we have to go from 1 to 99, rebirth, 1 to 99 again. And then once you like hit level 100, then you can really start doing like some interesting things to make ZENY. Unfortunately, we're just on the journey of leveling up, looting, selling what we can, and just making sure we have enough money to rebirth when the time comes. Okay, well, please give me any feedback. And if you liked this, if I should continue it, if it was a little boring. I am always open to any suggestions of content to do. I'm kind of putting, what's the expression? Putting your money where your mouth is? Like, basically, like do some actions, like stop being all talk and like do something about it. I'm so upset with the cash shop. It's just so predatory. Most people are on the same page where it's like, yeah, I stopped playing because of the cash shop. That's why I'm not coming back. So no more negativity. We are in our positivity era right now. So I'm going to prove that you can have a very enjoyable experience playing an official Ragnarok Online server while not putting any money into the cash shop. Because you shouldn't. Because they don't give us enough content outside of the cash shop to merit us giving them anything. That's it. Thank you for watching, and until next time.